Okay, so I am moving, and what used to be my couch is now my bed, and what used, I'm getting rid of my bed. So, my bed, I made just some, actually hollow. I'm gonna put a bunch of storage and stuff, but I made these cushions to go on top of the couch. What was a couch, so you can put them together, make it a bed, or a sectional as a couch. And yeah, I'm moving, so I need to do something with these, and I'd rather they don't go to a landfill. So I am gonna try and make some floor pillows today, and we'll see how that goes. So usually in the summertime I'm a forest firefighter, and that's where I actually got these foamies from. Okay, so I am going to measure out the width and then probably just make a perfect square, and then that is going to be my size of cushion that I'm going to make. So whatever the width is here, we're going to bring this way and cut and make a nice square. And then we'll probably make that for high, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, we got about 27 and a half. 7 and a half. My X-Acto knife. Now I'm just measuring out and cutting at 27 and a half. So this is actually the first year that I haven't been firefighting in the last 5 years, but I definitely recommend it. It was a super satisfying job, and yeah, I absolutely love it. I miss it, but this is really important to me, making videos and creating my business. So here I am, doing this, what I love too, so. Oh yeah, all's going to be very comfy. Now we are going to see how tall this needs to be. It's about 7 and a half. 7 and a half by 27.5. So now we're going to cut out our fabric, and it's going to be 28 and a half on all 4 sides, and then high is going to be 8.5 inches high. So we're going to need a 28.5 inch square times 2, one for the top, one for the bottom, and then 8.5 high by 28.5 long. So 8.5 high by 28.5 long. Okay, now this is my fabric stash. We're gonna find something to use for this, and I was thinking of maybe using this one. Probably just gonna start with the corner here, make my big panels and then my small panels, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I'm kind of excited. So, unfortunately, my rotary blade is too dull now to cut anything, and I'm too poor to go out and buy a new blade or even just a new rotary cutting tool, because they ain't cheap. But I will be buying one soon, because I have a lot more projects in store that are kind of like these for you guys. So because I was cutting right at where the seam was, I had to iron it and then closely cut as close as you can to the seam. If you have a stitch ripper, you can use a stitch ripper, but honestly, it is just a lot easier to cut it. There you go. So 2 panels now, one for the top, one for the bottom. And now we are going to start cutting out our small panels. So because the fabric is already folded, so to say, because of the seam, I only had to cut out 2 rectangles and not 4 of them, even though I cut out 4 of them, but I just didn't throw that part into the video here. Yeah, so then I just ironed it, got all of the ugly wrinkles and stuff out of it before I went into then cutting the seam for the smaller panels as well. Now that I have everything cut out, I am actually looking for the right leather piece that I can use for little handles on 2 of the sides. And I found this lovely tan leather. At first I kind of thought that maybe they were a little bit too big and maybe I should have cut them down a little bit more, but I actually like the final size of them. It looks really good. So now I am marking out where the center of my panel is, and then I'm actually making those really long lines so that I can find where the center of my handle is and match that to the center of the panel, so everything is nice and centered. I use double-sided tape just to stick it down, but you can also just use masking tape, and then I sewed a nice square along the sides of the handles. What I would do would take the one handle that I wasn't using and would measure it to see how far over I needed to go, and then that's how I made it a nice perfect-ish looking square. Okay, so we are going to take one of the ones that we just put a handle on and a plain one, and we're gonna flip them over right sides together and then just pin one side, only one side, not both, because we need the other ones to attach to the other ones. Sure. Sew up this side, and we'll do the same with these ones. Once we have both of those panels sewn together, we are going to take one and put the other one on top, right sides together, making sure that there is a handled panel matched with a non-handled panel. And then we are going to press the seams, so pressing down the inside seam and then also folding it back and pressing it again, because we are going to do a top stitch now on those seams to get that kind of look that it, comes out a little bit more. It just kind of looks more professional that way too. So once we get that done, we are going to attempt here to attach our top, but Maximus has a different idea. I love him, he's so cute. Just wants to cuddle. So once I get my top panel on, we are going to basically do the same thing that we did with the other ones in doing a top stitch to them as well. Now we are going to iron the seams again, pressing them down on the inside, flipping it back over and pressing it at the seam on the good side. And then again I'm just doing a top stitch all around the very top. And then we're going to repeat this process on the bottom as well, but we're only going to sew 2 of the sides. So sides that are beside each other. 2 sides that meet and are beside each other, because the foam is really hard to slide fabric against. Yeah, I was very out of breath when I was trying to get the original fabric off of this, and it's because the fabric just does not like to slide on the foam. It's really annoying, but that's that. So I fitted it, made sure everything was in the place that I wanted it to be, moved the foam around, moved the fabric around and the seams, and tried to get everything as good as I could, fixed up any loose ends, and now for the fun part. So originally I thought I wanted it to have more of a cohesive look, and I was going to hand stitch around the remaining 2 sides. I don't know why I was thinking that. Like, it takes forever. So after like half hour of not moving anywhere, I'm like, okay, no, I just gotta hot glue this. So hot glue works perfectly. Like, you could totally do this entire project out of hot glue. All I'm doing is doing a thin line of hot glue and then folding it over to make a seam, and then attaching the top and the bottom part that are folded over with their seams together, and then it's done. Like, that's all you have to do. So once you get to the corner and you glue down one side, then you're going to go over to the other side that hasn't been glued into seam position yet, and fold the corner and have it all nice and crisp. Now you can't see anything. The corner is very nice and pointy and sharp, and it looks probably better than what my sewing job looks like. Then I am just doing the same to the bottom, hot gluing it, making it as neat and tidy as I can, and going on to the other side of the corner. I like to do the entire corner at once, so it just makes me feel that it's not gonna get all messy and, like, you know, if there's looser-ish fabric flying everywhere and hot glue and you're trying to fold things while gluing and both sides, and I just feel like it'd be a little too chaotic for me, at least. So I did the entire corner at once, just for my own sanity. The hot gluing is actually a lot neater and easier, I found. I almost preferred it this way better. I absolutely love the way that this project turned out. Please comment down below and let me know what you guys want to see in regards to projects, DIYs, and stuff like that, because I want to make some videos for you guys and ones that you want to see, so let me know. But this is the end, my fellow YouTube friends, so please comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, because you won't know when I post anything if you don't. Yeah, stupid algorithms.